$200 in bank draft is not a lot. Justin and I, when we were doing this by ourselves, and it was just the two of us, and then Robbie came along, our goal was $500 every week. You don't quit. My saying was, I'm going to drive till I hit 5. And when I hit 5, if it was Wednesday, I'm still driving because I'm going to work Thursday. Most of the time, I'm going to work Friday. Sometimes I'm going to work Saturday. It does not matter. 5 was the number. That was my account. And I held myself accountable to that. That was the goal that I set for myself. That was the number that I visualized when I got up in the morning. Every house I went to, every door I knocked, every phone call I made, I had that number in my mind, 500. That was my number. Well, listen, if you can write $500 in bank draft, and there's many people in this room that can, you will have a very successful career. You'll be very successful in this business, and you'll have a great quality of life, at least when it comes to finances. But listen, not everybody in this room can write $500 consistently every week, but you can write $200. I promise you. Even if you're brand new, right off the street, just starting in this business, within 6 weeks, you should be at a point, within 4 weeks, you should be at a point to where $200 is doable. I didn't say easy. I didn't say simple. It's going to take you, when you start in this business, just as long, and it'll be just as hard, maybe even harder for you to get to that 200 mark as it would be for a Robbie Hilton or a Clint Ashley or a Scott Connell to get to the 500 mark. But we've had guys, listen to me, we've had people write $1,000 in a week. We've had people write $1,200 in a week. We've had people write $1,500 in bank draft in a week. It's doable. You concentrate on the 200 and you would do it. I just read a story about Peyton Manning. How many of you know who Peyton Manning is? Peyton Manning had neck surgery after playing for years and years with the Indianapolis Colts. A lot of people thought he was done, could never come back. He comes back, plays for who? Denver Broncos, was it? Won another Super Bowl. All the commentators said this: he cannot win a Super Bowl because he don't have the long ball anymore. After the neck surgery, he couldn't throw the deep pass. Well, guess what? They were right. He couldn't throw the deep pass, but he could throw a shallow pass. He could throw a cross, a fade. He could throw a curl route. He could throw all of the short passes better than anybody. And guess what? A bunch of short passes equal. It equals yards. The same thing, a long pass or a deep pass. And so Peyton Manning's talking to this group of business professionals, and he said, hey, they were right. I didn't have the long ball. I couldn't throw the ball 40 yards, 50 yards. He said, but I could throw it 10 yards. I could throw it 5 yards. I could throw it 15 yards, and I could still put it right on the money. And all those little passes add up just like the little sales. See, we get so consumed with the fact that, oh my God, I wrote a $350 bank draft, or I wrote a $200 bank draft, and that's great. If it stays on, it's great. But listen, don't despise a $15 bank draft. It's $15. Don't despise a $20 bank draft. That's $20. You got a husband and a wife, and you write them both 20, guess what? That's 40. You almost a quarter of the way to your 200. So the little passes, the little, it's like I had a guy one time say, we love to hunt elephants, and we'll shoot an elephant any day because that's a bunch of meat. But there's some days you're going to be hunting rabbits, squirrels. Don't despise those because all of those little things add up, but be consumed with that number. And listen, if you treat this like a job, and you treat this like, I don't want to say a 9 to 5, but if you'll just get up every morning, you'll get out there and you'll be consistent. How many's ever seen a faucet? My wife, she's seen this for the last 2 weeks. A faucet that just drips. Little old bitty drip of water comes out of that faucet. But if it's dripping on concrete and it's steady, drips, what happens? A hole starts getting in that concrete. And that steady drip will wear that concrete down way more than any pressure or strong force ever will, because it's just steady. And that's what I tell people. Listen, this business, if you want to be successful, you just got to be a steady drip every single day. Consistent. The words Kevin and I have always used, and Justin, have persistent consistency. Consistent. Just keep dripping. Just drip all over them. Just continue to do it day in and day out. And if you'll do that, you'll be successful.